Well, good morning, folks. My name is Rick Bork. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't seen my other videos and this is the first one you're seeing, go check them out. We got a lot of stuff for you to see. So today we're going to head out to the cabin. We're getting a little bit of a late start today. I woke up this morning, early this morning, had a lot of problems with bloody noses. It's that time of the year, the air is getting real dry and I'm pretty susceptible to that. So we had to kind of lay low, make sure that's cleared up, and we're not going to have issues with that all day. I found that if I get going right after I get it to stop, then I just get back in trouble again. So we laid low for a little bit. We're going to run out to the cabin, put some wood in the stove. Then we're going to come back up to the farm. We're going to do some work on the barn. And if you haven't seen my barn rental videos, go check them out. We're going to get into part 3 of that, try to get the pens finished up, and maybe work on some gates. So come along and let's see what we can get into today. Might get into some trouble. You never know. Well, as you can see, folks, we got the fire going out here at the cabin. It got a little cool last night. I haven't been using the propane backup. I haven't been coming out here and working too much at night. I've been working in that barn. Otherwise, usually it'll stay about 60-65 in here. It's a little cooler this morning. So we just came out, got the fire going. We're going to head back to the barn, get to work. Well, folks, we came up here to the barn. We were going to start on barn rental part 3, but the little excavator won't start. I think the battery took a crap on me. So, as you can see, we got the little Ranger pickup back there. We're going to try to jump start it, get it going for the day. Just part of working on the farm, working at the cabin, working anything. Anybody that's got a lot of equipment and things like that, you guys know it breaks down. A lot of people don't like to show that on YouTube, but it's part of it, so we're going to deal with that, and then we'll get to working on the barn here. We got some posts we got to put in and things like that, and I was really hoping to use this excavator to break the ground up a little bit. It's pretty hard packed and a little bit frozen, so we'll see if we can get this thing going and get back to work on part 3 for you guys. So, I thought the project for today was going to be barn rental part 3. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, then go over and check those out. I thought we were going to start on part 3 today. However, when I finished up doing part 2, I left the excavator parked in the barn. And when we went to start part 3 today, it won't start. So I tried the jumper cables, the battery, all that happy stuff. It still won't go. I have a fuel issue. Now I'm hoping against hope that we have a gelling issue. And I already know that I don't have a fuel pump issue because I have fuel supply to the injector pump. So we ran to town here. We got some fuel and stuff for the other equipment. Took a minute to pull my thoughts together and not get a little heated. So we're going to go back, we're going to put the jumper cables on it, make sure we got batteries getting a good charge through it. We're going to put the torpedo heater on there, make sure that engine's nice and warm. That way if we do, for some reason, have a gelling issue, that should help solve that. My next course of action after that is going to be to crack the fuel line and crank it over and see if I'm getting the fuel supply to the injectors, and I'll show you guys how we do that. Hopefully we can get this thing touched off today because it's blocking the barn doors. So it kind of keeps me from being able to get anything else in and out. Stick around and we'll see what other kind of crap we can break today. Alright, folks, so you can hear my little Ranger running in the background there. We got the jumper cables on, we got the torpedo heater on, we got an old plenum from a wood stove there, torpedo heater facing in there, blowing that heat right up into the engine. So we're throwing a little heat, we can feel things getting warm. I opened the hood so they don't get too hot in there, because everything's pretty warm. So Our next course of action is going to be right here. Crack that fuel line loose, crank this thing over, and see if I get a good bubble of fuel coming out of there. If I don't get a good slug of fuel out of there when this thing's ripping over, then we have a problem. So we're going to let this thing charge for a few minutes and we'll test it out. Alright folks, let's crack this line loose. There you go. See how we spin that off our fingers right there, see that? So that's loose. So we're going to reach up here and crank this thing over, see if we get a slug of fuel. Run the glow plugs for a minute, just in case she pops off. Then we'll crank it over. Well, good news is I think we had a gelling issue. See it start kicking fuel there and it's starting to kick over on me, so we're going to tighten this line back up so we don't get too much air in the system. Give her a little bit more glow plug. We'll see what happens. Well folks, I think we just had a gelling issue. We got her running. Makes me happy because we're not going to have to tear that fuel injection pump apart. So, we're going to put a little fuel additive into it. Try to keep that gelling issue to a minimum. Important thing is we got it running. We can get back to working on them pens today. So, we got to get to it. We got to make up for lost time. So, I appreciate you guys watching. Hit that subscribe button. Go over and check out Barn Rental Part 3 coming up now, and we'll see you guys again next time.